Hello and welcome back to Go Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name's Preston and we're back doing the news. We've finished a big round of stuff in the last few weeks with Worlds and announcements that they made there, ban lists and all that. And then there's been quiet. So I'm gonna scrape at the bottom of the barrel, and I found something interesting to talk about. But first, I want to make an addendum or a fix on what I said last week when I talked about the Sakazuki leader. They banned Sakazuki from OPO5 in Japan. We haven't gotten an announcement in English if we are also going to have this card be banned, but in the same breath, they announced a Sakazuki with a different effect. My understanding, just based off of blindly watching and not paying attention very closely, was that it's going to be an errata and you'll still be able to use yours. It's just going to be a new effect. In reality, this is a promo. It could have been obvious by looking at the number on the card, but this is a promo. It's a different card. Same color, similar things going on, but it's not OPO 541, the only English part here. It's a promo 76, so you can't use your Sakazuki that you have now. It's not an errata, it's a new card. I think that's important to talk about, because with an errata, you still have your leader that you have now. Now, I don't think it's something we should panic about. We haven't gotten any indication that the US is going to ban Sakazuki at the same rate that Japan did. We have a long time before we get to the point when they did it. They started theirs at the beginning of OPO7, like a month into OPO7. So there's still like 4 or 5 months, maybe almost 6 months before we even look at the same ban list that they have now. Now, the US and the North American and English-speaking countries the Bandai on this side of the world can do that. They can just ban it if they want to. Change the meta for OPO6 and lead us into a clean OPO7 without Sakazuki. We'll have to, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat for this announcement. And the English and Japanese website have both been pretty quiet. Their Twitters are calming down. We're in this lull between Worlds and, I'm assuming, Starter Deck 14 announcements. But with that lull, English got OPO6 and we are starting it, and everyone's talking about their pre-release and how to win pre-release OPO6. So if you're looking for content, a ton of people are talking about OPO6 and how to win your pre-release and what you want to pull and all that stuff. If you'd like to see another person shouting at a camera on the internet talking about OPO6, let us know, and we can also post an OPO6 video. But the one thing I did find is Andy Collects on Twitter, or X, reposted a few slides from Gamma Expo in Kentucky, posted by Michael on an OPCG Facebook group, Tongue Twisters. And I just wanted to run through them and think about what's happening here. This is, I believe, Bandai as a distributor and as a company for their card games. We're talking about One Piece and what their plan is for the rest of the year, which is super interesting. I wish they would post this on their YouTube or on their website so that it'd be more official. And I would assume that it's probably not their favorite thing that these are out. These images are out, but as you can see, they're working on catching up with demand. They say it's unfortunate here. I think it's high time that they start printing twice as many cards for this game. I think they would all still sell out. at least for base sets like OPO5. Starter decks, I think, have enough printings at this point. I see starter decks left on the shelf 2-3 weeks after release, so we're not super in need of the starter decks, but full set packs and availability at normal stores, retailers and stuff like that is harsh and hard to get to, so definitely need more printing. But this is their plan for the rest of the year. And we are sitting on the far left here in March, where we're getting a ton of stuff. Starting next week, we get official full release of OPO6. We're going to get starter deck 12. We'll get double pack 03, that is OPO6 packs, and some sleeves. And then moving forward in April, we're going to get the Three Brothers starter deck 13. In May, we'll get extra booster pack 01. In June, we get OPO7, double pack 04, which is OPO7, and more accessories. And then some cool things here. August we'll get starter deck 14. We know nothing about this except for that it's a Luffy leader, and you're going to be increasing the cost of your cards instead of decreasing your cost of your cards with a black leader. And then we have OPO8 in September, with a double pack and sleeves to go along with it. We know nothing about OPO8. Just like starter deck 14, we know nothing about it. We don't know the theme. We know the theme of OPO9 being for Emperors, but we don't know anything about OPO8 yet. So it's cool that they already know that it's there, they have a time schedule, and they are already prepping. I wouldn't be surprised if Bandai in Japan has this set almost fully finished, and on the English side they're translating it so that we get like the graphics done so they can get to printing in time. And then in October it just says starter. If this is following the Japanese release, we're getting 15 through 20 all at the same time. I talked about that, I believe, last week or the week before that. We get starter decks with leaders that we already have, but hopefully with cards that we don't have. So it's new revamping of some stuff. We'll talk about that when we get to it, because I have mixed feelings about re-releasing leaders from base sets. November, EBO2 hasn't even been announced in Japan. Devil Fruit 02, which I don't believe Japan gets, so this is another product that we only get in the US. And a lot of people have their fingers crossed and their breath held for a Flame Ace Sabo's full Devil Fruit. And then December, we get OP09, which is what I said is the Four Emperors. This is, I believe, the 2-year anniversary set. And super excited for what they're going to do, because last year, for OPO5, they had a huge set for that. So I hope that there's a huge set for set 9. There's a couple more slides that were posted talking about helping retailers get more products, get more support, be able to host events with the Bandai TCG Plus app, and just give more things directly to to all of the people that are trying to be part of this game with retailers, which comes with something really cool, which they're talking about regionals being hosted in stores to get you invites to Nats. So this is going to be a new type of tournament that will be regional level gameplay, but even more local, which is really cool. I feel like a lot of games do this. I feel like Pokemon has some form of this. I know way back in the Naruto's CG game, stores were doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So they're giving the stores a little bit more opportunity. And let's see, what's the other one? The in-store regionals, and then there's going to be in-store treasure cups, and of course sealed battle. So they have two types of tournaments that they have in mind, and they're focused on sealed battle, and these bigger tournaments as an addendum to this upcoming year. These are coming really soon, so I wouldn't be shocked to see this announcement by next Thursday or Friday to start signing up for these, especially the ones that start in June. As it says, application starts soon. Last thing is more things about retailers, lack of support, not enough support, and that's more probably complaints from stores saying we're not getting enough cards, we want more product. And that's because people want to play this game and people love opening the packs. I see a lot of people buying boxes and stuff like that during pre-releases and or during release days and stuff like that. And if the retailer doesn't have the product or they don't have the tournaments allocated on Bandai, however that works, I'm sure that they're struggling to get players into their store if they're not getting promos and stuff like that. And it looks like they're going to add 4 more types of tournaments. So these retailers, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a majority of stores, are going to have like a store treasure cup now, because I believe that's how flagships work in Japan. The stores host the bigger tournaments. So you're going to have most likely still like around 64 to 100 people tournaments, but more local. You're not going to have to fly out to every single event to attempt to get into the national invite system, and I think that's super cool for this game. It's evolving. The people that are making the game are really passionate. We saw that on stage at World. The English side distributors and stuff are looking for more ways for us to play the game. They've already come up with 3v3s, which is kind of normal in card games, buddy battles, and all these different things. So they're coming up with more ways to play the game. They're coming up with more tournaments and competitive things to do with the game so that you have more opportunities to get product, to get cooler things. And I think that's great. I love to see stuff like this where they're telling somebody, this conference, that they're working towards making the game more playable for us by reprinting more tournaments for us so that we can have as much fun as possible, which is super important for a card game, is to make sure that their player base is happy. And I think it's hard to do because, as many people know, it's hard to keep everybody happy, and it's hard to keep card game players happy. More often than not, someone's going to be upset about something, and I'm sure if Sakazuki ban comes through in the US, there's going to be a large layer of people just being upset about that. It's going to happen. I know that people were upset about the other ban lists, and that we still have stuff on our ban list that was never touched in Japan. So no one's gonna you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna be something. But they're working towards trying to make as many of us happy as possible by giving us more and more and more. They have plans. They're looking for doing this, and I think that's super great for us as a player base. That's all I have this week. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited for the plans and that they are talking about this stuff? Are you excited that there's going to be more opportunities for you to play in high-level tournaments? What is the most exciting thing that you saw this week? I think introducing store regionals and store flagships is super great. So let me know if you agree, and if you want to get more One Piece TCG content, hit that subscribe. If you want to if you like this video, hit that thumbs up, and until next time, peace.